Blessed be witches, and welcome to another episode of Witch Please. It is I, Odin the Seer, and today we are going to be making my earth floor sweep. Every time people come to my home, they always say, "Oh my goodness, your house feels so comfortable, so warm, so safe, so inviting." Anybody who comes through my door, witches, I want them to feel at home. Mi casa es su casa, boo-boo. I've noticed that a lot of witches just kind of think that everything that you're going to need for magical purposes is going to have to be bought from some far-off land where some Sherpa's going to have to, go and dig it up for you. And it's really not like that, witches. You can use stuff from around the house. And there's a lot of things that are really powerful that people don't ever use and would never even think magically. I mean, popcorn. When you're making shaker jars, people wouldn't think of that. You know what I mean? They think that they have to use a whole bunch of stones and end up busting up the glass because the stones are too heavy and stuff. It's really not like that, witches. There are so many things around the house that you can use. So the earth floor sweep is good for home. It is good for a family. It is good for protection. It is good for fertility. Now, when I say fertility, I don't necessarily mean pregnancy fertility. I just mean having a fertile type environment that is always humming with potentiality. It is great for anti-hexing. It's great for healing. It's great for foundations. I believe it was Medea who said there's only two places in this world that you can get peace, and that's your home and your grave. Well, let me tell you something, witches. Up here on Witch Please, this is what our earth elemental floor sweep is about. Getting that peace in your home. All right, so what you gonna need for this? Now, this is gonna shock you, witches. Well, you are going to need wheat grain, barley, evening primrose, vetiver, cascarilla powder, which is powdered eggshell, oats. Yes, witches, oats, and a few drops of patchouli essential oil. There really isn't any substitution that you would be able to use for the vibration of patchouli. Vetiver is fine, but it's also very musty as well. So a lot of people don't really like that. A good thing you can do if you want to is you can put a little bit of some dirt in it if you like. Just some garden dirt. It's good for it. Crossroads dirt would be good. Graveyard dirt? Not really. I wouldn't use graveyard dirt simply because I have a tendency to use graveyard dirt for other things. Now, if you wanted this to be more fragrant, you can always use an oil of your choosing, but this is traditionally how I've been taught by my grandma to do this, so this is how I do it. Also, you're going to need a bowl, a jar with which to keep it in, and I have my grinder here, witches. Well, yeah, we go old school up here on Witch Please. So the first thing we're going to start off with is our oats. So you're just going to put this right into here. This is just regular organic oats, and this is what I use this for. It is very easy to use. It is great when it comes to money. It is also good when it comes to being able to always feel full. So it's great for bringing in that feeling of being satiated. So, a lot of people are always wanting. They get in their home, they cannot feel peace, they cannot feel comfort, they cannot feel any of these things. They feel like as if something's always lacking. They want. Well, honey, the thing about that vibration of want is it begets want. All right, so what I'm going to do, witches, I'm just going to pray over this to bring in money and satiation in this home. Let's go. So what are we going to do now? We're just going to add this directly into our master bottle. Now, the great thing about this is I'm making a mess, but you know what, honey? It goes on the floor and you sweep it. It's floor sweep. Primrose is wonderful when it comes to love, when it comes to protection, and you want your home to be protected and full of love. This is such an important aspect to a home. Most people, they want the protection, yes, but they don't really want to bring in the love for some reason. I don't understand this, to be honest with you, but we want to have an unconditional love. We want it to be a safe environment. We want anybody who walks through our threshold to feel like as if they are wanted to be there, okay? They are, appreciated, they are loved, and so on and so forth. Now, again, I know there's a lot of people who are like, I don't want people to really feel that comfortable within my home, and I get that, but if you are doing your magic properly, honey, you're only going to have people in your house that you want. And we're just going to put that right in here. And like I said, witches, don't you worry about it. This is messy. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to say our prayer over this primrose, and we're going to add it to our master bottle. Now vetiver is a must. I love this bad boy. You don't need a lot of it because this stuff is powerful. Honey, it's for love. It's for money. It is for it's hex breaking, honey. It is anti-theft, boo-boo, all right? This bad boy here keeps your house like Fort Knox, okay? You just can't penetrate it. There's many different things that you can change if you would like. And you know, honey, I'm always about you doing what feels right to you. But vetiver is that tipping point for me. Vetiver is the one that does not allow shiza or shit to happen in your home, okay? Yes, it's a place of love. Yes, it's a place of, you know, comfort and so on and so forth, but it is well protected and it stops theft. And unfortunately, with the world that we live in today, this is a big concern that you always want to take into account. So that's why we put in our vetiver. So I'm just going to pray over this, and I'm going to specifically say for stopping theft, for protection, and keeping the abundance within my home. So as I said, a little dab will do you, witches. You don't need a lot of this. This is some powerful stuff. Now we're going to go into the Cascarilla powder. Now this is powdered eggshell, and you don't need a lot of this either, witches. Okay? There you go. That's good. Cascarilla powder actually adds to the protective vibration around your home. So let's say your home's auric sphere. It actually adds to this. It actually creates a more protective barrier. Your home is a living, thinking being, okay? It has its own consciousness. And that's why I'm always so very big on make sure that you keep your house as clean as you can, keep the vibrations in there right. I've had people and witches say to me all the time, how do I get my home protect? How do I protect things from my home? But you don't understand, honey. Your home is protecting you. Think about that. Your home protects you from the elements. It protects you from so much. That is its consciousness, boo-boo. You have a good relationship with your home will be one of the best protective barriers that you will ever have in your imagining. Don't think of it as an inanimate object, boo-boo, because that place is vibrating with a connection with you. Connect to your home switches, because they are just as much a part of you as any other living, breathing thing within this universe. So we are going to pray over this to strengthen the auric sphere around our home and to create that connection with the home so that it will protect and take care of you as you take care of it. Yes, witches. Yes, there we go. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to move into our wheat grains, okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to put this in here, we're going to pray over it, and then we're going to add it to my mixer here, or my grinder, and we are going to grind this. Now I could use a coffee grinder and all those other types of things, but I just like to kind of do this. It feels very witchy to me, and I feel very connected to it. So let's get right into that. As you can see here, I have a healthy amount. What I want you to understand about using wheat is good also for money. Okay? It is also good for fertility, keeping that fertile place. All right? You want your home to, one, be a part of who you are, right? Two, you want it to be a place where inspiration comes through. You want to be able to be in your home, be inspired. You want to be able to feel nurtured. You want to feel protected. You want to have that feeling of love. So this is the reason why we want to bring in that wheat, okay? Wheat brings in that peace. It also brings in that love, and it also brings in that fertile environment, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pray over this to bring in that sense of creativity, to bring in that sense of comfort and foundation, to bring in that sense of home and hearth. Okay? Let's pray over this, witches. So barley is great for protection, it is great for love, and it's also great for healing. If you had a long day and whatnot, you want to be able to rejuvenate, okay? Your home is your castle. It's a place for you to be able to let down your guard. It's a place for you to not have to worry anymore and feel protected and safe. Have you ever gone into a home with somebody before who is kind of a negative person, and so their home feels kind of cold and rigid and whatnot, and then you have those people who live alone and, you know, they're really connected with their environment and their home just feels so warm and so safe and so inviting, honey? That's a strong connection with your home. I have been in homes before where it's a habitat. It's all it is. People go there, they live there, they sleep, they eat, and they go off and do their thing. But I've been to places before where there was one person in there and that place felt like home. All right. So a good thing about the barley is that it allows for you to be able to bring in that healing and that comfort. So when you walk through that door, you know, you're being nurtured, your home's nurturing you, you're nurturing your home. This is how much I actually have of the barley. Okay, so as you can see, I still have my wheat grain here. So I'm just going to be praying over this, then I'm going to be adding the barley to this, grinding it and putting it into my master bottle.
Terrific.
And now we're just going to add this into our master bottle. Now, last but not least, we are going to use our patchouli oil. So what I do here is I use the patchouli as my binding. So I'm going to put 13 drops in here. I'm going to put the top on here and I'm going to shake this bad boy up. Now I'm going to pray over this entire thing, asking it to connect together, asking the guides, the angels, spirit guides, ancestors, all these blessed beings to add their powers, the element of earth, the element of foundation, solidity, you know, just to be able to allow for myself to really feel rooted. Now, I've also used this when I'm doing a lot of regression work. When there's things in my world that I really want to delve down deep and understand what's going on, if there's traumas that are around me, or even for my clients, if there's clients that I have that are going through a lot of foundational problems that they can't seem to connect and whatnot, I will make this and give it to them in a pinch, just to be able to create that safe space for them to be able to work on themselves. All right, so we're going to open this up. Perfect. Right, I'm going to say my prayer over this and we are done. A floor sweep is very different than, let's say, a fume or whatnot. And this floor sweep is mainly and specifically created for the earth element, okay? It's all about foundations. It's all about comfortability. It's all about healing. It's all about everything that you need in your world to feel rooted and grounded. All you need to do is you will take some in your hand, you will say your prayer, and you will scatter it on your floor. What I normally do is I will scatter it in a room and then I will leave that room and I will leave it in there to really absorb anything that's causing problems or conflict in that room. I will leave it there to absorb it and then I will sweep everything in a clockwise motion out the door. And I will do this in whatever room I feel necessary. So let's say if I am feeling that I have been doing too much air work and I am too much in my mind, right? And I need to be able to bring the vibrations of that room down. I will wash the floors, you know, sweep them up, make them all nice and whatnot. And then I will grab my earth sweep and I will just scatter it around the room. I will leave it in that room till the next day, or at least for 8 hours. And then I will sweep it out clockwise outside the door, out the door. And when you go into that space, you can feel immediately that everything has been brought down. If there has been conflict in my home and there's a lot of anger that's permeating or just resonating around my house, I will use this in another way of being able to ground, to earth that energy again. You're at work, witches, and there's people who are arguing and conflict and so on, and you have your cubicle. Put a little bit in your cubicle somewhere. This will help ground that energy. All right, witches. So we are done. If you have not subscribed, what would you need to press subscribe? Join the Witch Please family and do not miss out on a thing. You can follow us on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, as well as Facebook. Do not forget to press that bell icon so you're notified every time a new video comes out. I said it before, witches, and I will say it again. It is a pleasure to have you in my world. It is an honor to have you in my magic. And you are always in my heart. I will see you again on another episode of Witch. Please. Love you, witches. Bye-bye.